Keep it going for your host, Scott, everybody. Keep it going, yeah? Oh, man. So good to be here. Get to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a Chinese guy. Where are my Chinese people at? All right, just stuck up in this front corner right here. Did you just say ni hao? All right, cool. To see me after the show. All right, cool. It's that easy, guys. It's that easy. No, I am a Chinese guy. I'm very proud to be Chinese because my name is Dan and my middle name is in Chinese. And my mom told me one day, she was like, I gave you that middle name so you wouldn't forget where you're from. Exactly. And then I asked her, I was like, what does it mean in English? And then she said, it means Chinese guy. I was like, did you give me that middle name or did the government give me that middle name? You know how fucked up it is to have a middle name that just means Chinese guy? One time I flew to China, the border guard saw my passport and then he just saluted. Like this is a goddamn patriot, alright? And then I asked her, I was like, why'd you even bother giving me the name Dan? And then she said, when we moved to America, I wanted you to fit in better. I went to an all-white high school. I said, yeah, but they can still see my face, so great job, Mom. Yeah, I'm a Chinese guy, but I also come from an immigrant family. Anybody else? Very loud and proud. Cool, I'm gonna call ICE right now. No, I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that. I love being from an immigrant family. Sometimes my family gets a little too much. Like my dad, he's so stubborn. Does he like act? My dad's like your dad, where he likes to act like he knows a little too much. Like he knows everything, right? Like one day I tried taking my dad out to dinner. He looked at me and was like, son, this is the worst egg roll I've ever had. I could have made this better. Why'd you take me here? To which I was like, Dad, that's a burrito. This is a Chipotle, alright? It's still tough being in an immigrant family, especially where I grew up, because I grew up in Boston. I know. They get the joke. And a lot of times people don't believe me when I'm from Boston. I tell people, my friends in the Bay Area, they look at me and they go, Boston? But you don't look or sound racist. And I'm like, bro, it's 2025, right? Like, anybody can be from Boston, right? Like, my dad, he spent the last 40 years living in Boston. He even picked up the Boston accent. He drops all his R's all the time. Like, he'll say things like, car is car, or Harvard Yard is Harvard Yard. And then my personal favorite, I'm proud of you, son, is, how come you didn't go to Harvard and buy me a car, son? I'm like, thanks, Dad. I mentioned I went to an all-white high school. I was the only Chinese kid there. And growing up, I'd do a lot of things to fit in with my white friends, but they would never take me in. And guys, I tried everything. Like, I tried wearing my cap backwards. I tried going to tailgates. I even dated a few Asian women. Like, and I've done that joke all over the country, but it really hits in Palo Alto. Like, I don't know why. So I got tired of it. That's why I moved to the Bay Area. I was like, I want to be around Asian people that understand me for who I am, right? Yeah. It's just that now all the Asian people here think I'm Filipino. So like I landed here the first day, my housing agent went, here's your new house in Daly City. I was like, what? I came here as a comedian. Now I'm a DJ, which means I'm super Filipino. Did you guys know this? Like, I get mistaken for Filipino so much, it disappoints people. Like, one time I was on a date with some girl, and when I told her I was Chinese, she looked at me and was like, are you sure? And I'm like, that's so fucking rude, right? Because I'm like, don't you know my middle name means Chinese guy? Like, crazy. I have a very deep voice. I don't know if you can tell, I have a deep voice. I got this voice when I was 10 years old. It's a very weird time for your balls to drop, right? Imagine being 10, you go up to your mom one day saying, Mom, like, So she got concerned, and then she brought me to the doctor. And then the doctor had to explain to her and said, actually, it's pretty normal for boys to get a voice like this because their bodies change, and that is called vaping. And I grew up in an immigrant family, remember. And the number one rule is you do everything your parents tell you. And when my dad found out, he made me answer all the phone calls on his behalf. One time we got a call from an electric company. They called about an overdue bill. And he was like, he got the phone, he gave me the phone. They said, sir, do you know you're overdue your bill by 3 weeks? And then I, trying to pretend to be my dad, would be like, okay, but please don't take away the Xbox Live? Like, still a little awkward these days, you know. Oh, I like my life in the Bay Area though. I'm trying to go out and date a little bit more. Like, we dating out here, Cobbs? No? Okay, alright, that's San Francisco for you, I guess. Look, can we all agree that dating's pretty hard, right? But the one thing I do like about the Bay Area is that you guys are very open-minded. Everybody here is interracially dating, you know? And I didn't know this. Like, one of the first bars I went into when I moved here, I walked into a pub, a Latina woman came up to me and asked me for my number. And I was like, that is progressive. And then she went home with another Chinese guy. I was like, that's not progressive. That's fucked up, alright? But the worst part was she still has my number. And then the next morning, she actually texted me. And you wanna know what she said? She just went, hey, thanks for coming home with me last night. I had a really fun night. When can we do this again? So I got angry, and you know what I said back to her? I was like, hey, I'll be there this Friday night, all right? Hey, I've been Dan Guan. Mixed with your host, Scott, everybody. Thanks.